Ladies and gentlemen, once again, on behalf of Barry Byrne and the staff of ACCUSTATS in Chesapeake, Virginia, I'd like to welcome you back to the 39th edition of the U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships. To bring you up to date, this is day number 4. We started with 126 of the world's greatest players. We have approximately 56 players left in the tournament. The format is race to 11 games, double elimination, with the exception of the final day. When we get to the final 4, they'll be playing races to 13 on Saturday. Rules of play are the Pro Express version of 9-ball. Scratch and the break is a foul ball in hand anywhere on the table. No ball spot except for the 9. Any ball off the table is a foul ball in hand. 1 push shot is allowed immediately following a legal break. 3 consecutive fouls by the same player is loss of game, and jump cues are legal. At this time, we'd like to get our 2:30 matchup underway. New kid on the block. Player representative for Davini Cues and Kamui Tips. He won the Banks Ring Game at Derby City Classic, one of the young guns from Paducah, Kentucky. Please welcome back Skyler Woodward. Skyler Woodward, thank you. Here comes Johnny. Player representative for Scorpion Cues and Championship Billiard Fabric and Universal Clothing. For a number of years, he was ranked number 1 in the United States on the PPT Tour and the UPA Tour. I used to introduce him back then as the main man. Please welcome the main man, former U.S. Open 9-ball champion from Atlanta, Georgia. Give it up for Johnny Archer. Thank you. And at this time, I'm going to send it to the booth. Mark Wilson and John Schmidt, take it away. Come on, make some noise for the world's greatest players. Let's hear it.
Chesapeake, Virginia, Johnny Archer versus Skyler Woodward, U.S. Open 9-Ball Championship. Hello again, pool fans. Mark Wilson and John Schmidt with you today. What can we expect to see in this one, Johnny?
Well, you can expect to see 2 guys fighting for their life here deep into the tournament. I heard Scott Smith introduce Skyler as a young gun, which I think is kind of doing an injustice to Skyler. I don't consider him a young gun. I consider him an established touring professional, a threat to win the tournament, and the kind of guy that Johnny Archer doesn't want to draw. Young gun's almost like, kind of a rookie and, get your feet wet. No, this Skyler can win this whole tournament, and Johnny knows it. Now, Johnny Archer, on the other hand, obviously a seasoned veteran, won 1 million tournaments, and he's playing in front of you right here, Mark, thinking, hey, maybe I should be on that Mosconi Cup team. Look at how good I can play, too. Don't forget about me. So there's a lot of little extra dynamics going on here, and I think it's going to be a great match. I feel that Skyler will play a little quicker than Johnny, a little more loose. Johnny's more methodical, as you know, so we'll see 2 different styles, and I think that'll be interesting for the fans.
Skyler put on a tremendous performance against the very game Alex Pegulayan on this table here earlier in the event.
Of course, match. Yeah. I mean, if you can beat Alex Pegulayan, you can beat anybody. So Johnny Archer has his hands full here. Went with the cut break.
Yep, won the leg. Broke off. Sounds like a dry break. I'll tell you something kind of interesting. This reminds me of Johnny Archer today versus Johnny Archer when he was 18.
Exactly.
It really does. He's tall, slender.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny used to be barely bigger than his cue stick. Never miss a ball.
Yep.
Dynamite break. Great at jump shots.
Yep. Johnny looks like a 1-iron with shoes on. He don't get mad at me, Johnny. He'll laugh at that. But I have never seen this Skyler play, but I know he's a great player, and I'm just curious how he'll handle the TV cameras and playing Johnny Archer deep in the tournament. A lot of pressure on him here. Nice shot to start.
Oh, boy. This kid's got some firepower and some heart. He grew up around Paducah, Kentucky, around the Buddy Hall, And he loves pool.
Sure.
This is a kid that devotes himself to pool. Mm-hmm. This is the future of the sport.
Oh, yeah.
Here. No doubt about it.
Get used to this face. You're going to see him for a long time.
The best thing I like about this kid, he's not just a great player. He's a great player with a good attitude.
Mm-hmm. Which is huge. I mean, that's half the battle. But I'd still have to make Archer the favorite in this match just on experience. And, I think this will be a huge feather in his cap if he can beat the Scorpion.
Oh, don't you know he wants to beat the Scorpion? Oh. Yeah. He overdrew it a little bit. He came to Lindenwood University to see about going to college.
Really?
His mother. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit I've spoke with him. He just seems like a super nice guy and got a level head on his shoulders, and everybody likes him and pulls for him. And, it's good to see him up there performing and doing his thing.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago, and he was a good player.
Nice shot.
But now he's a great player.
He's a great player, yes. Yep. I don't consider him a young gun. I consider him a 50 caliber monster. And this guy could win the tournament. So one match at a time, though.
In American pool today, you'd have to include Johnny Archer as one of the top 3 players in the United States. I mean,
for sure. I mean, at 9-ball
older.
especially, it depends on, he's not so much of a one-pocket player. But when it comes to 9 or 10-ball, I put him right up there with anybody. I think Johnny Archer plays phenomenal pool. Nice shot.
Well, you don't have to think it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We've seen it time and time again. J.A., funny guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
Skyler's very young at heart, too. He's fun-loving, and that's what reminds me of Johnny. When Johnny was a kid, he used to travel around the country with Jay Swanson.
Mm-hmm.
They were quite a team. Well,
I think he's going to try to cut the 3 in, but, of course, he has to avoid hitting the 5, and he might let the cue ball run into the 8 down table to slow it down. He's going to try to win after the 4. Well, not a bad idea. Sometimes that's all you can do.
Yeah, there wasn't many choices there.
Now, this table is a little bit quicker and a little bit slicker because of the hot, dry lights, which is ideal and the players probably like. But if you've come off the other tables, your speed control, your friction control could be a touch off. So you're going to have to adjust to this. This table is a little different.
Skyler's grabbed the bridge. I think he's going to go 3 cushions around, the end rail, side rail, and drop down below the 5.
Yeah, and let the 8 cover the 4. Smart.
I don't think he's, I don't think he's going that far with the 4.
Oh, speed looks pretty good here. Nice shot. Boy, that was a great shot with the bridge, wasn't it, Mark?
Most young players detest the bridge.
Yes, I do too.
Right now. One time I was playing a match, and the guy got out the bridge, and he looked at the bridge, and he started chanting, "The bridge is my friend, the bridge is my friend, the bridge is my friend." I always got humor out of that.
Yeah.
Trying to psych himself up to use it.
Yeah, us American players, I think they call it the rest or the rake, and we call it the bridge. And, we will just do anything we can to avoid it. Left-handed behind the back, an extension. The bridge is really a last resort, but Skyler handled it quite nicely.
Jumping Johnny Archer.
Now
nice
look at here.
Yep.
Got rewarded for a good strike with the jump cue.
And that was played, too. He was trying to get the cue ball over by the 8. He did glide into it. Use the 8 as a blocker. Very nice shot.
Now, do you know how old Skyler is, Mark? I'm thinking 21, maybe?
Oh, I don't think he's that old.
Oh, really?
No.
Wow.
He'd be right in that zone now. Let's see. He was 18. I think he's 20 or 21.
Okay.
I should know.
Must be nice.
Yeah. He genuinely loves pool. It's not about money for him. He likes to try to take a scalp when he comes here, to get Johnny Archer's title. He's got the jump cue.
You think he's trying to ride the 9 here and get them both moving, or just go all out for the 4?
I think he's going for the 4.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I thought he made it. Good try. But he looks like he might. Well, I'll tell you what. This pink 4 got in a little bit of a tricky spot to where playing shape for the 5 is going to involve the 8. He's elevated over the 6. This is much more difficult than it first looks. Oh, he's going to go to the side rail and catch the 8 to slow the cue ball down. Okay. Good shot.
The old master.
Yeah, that was crafty. He didn't try to do too much there. Got to make a nice hit here. This is quite missable in early stages of a match. Yeah, I didn't mean to jinx him, but that was not an easy shot. Now, if you didn't play pool, you'd go, well, how could he miss that? Thought this guy was a good player.
If we had the playback, you'd see his head lift. He was feeling just what you were saying.
Right. It was a big shot. But he got away with it. To miss the ball and leave it here is actually a decent roll.
I don't know how close that is to the 5, or to the rail, but I don't mind him kicking at this.
Right,
no.
It's laying decent. If it was a little closer to the rail, it would almost be an unmissable kick.
Now, if he doesn't cover the 5,
he's going to be disgusted with that.
No, that wasn't the right shot, I don't believe.
That can really affect a player's mood when somebody misses a ball. leaves you hooked, and then you do this. Now you lose the game when you should have won it, and it's going to be tough for Skyler to forget about that and move forward. But I think he can do it.
But like you said, he's a seasoned pro.
He is.
I think he's used to that.
Yeah,
part
this
of it.
isn't his first tournament, right?
He's a little disappointed he didn't make a better defensive shot, and he let Johnny right back in after Johnny just missed the ball. Now Johnny gets some confidence back. He didn't really make him pay for that error.
Right. Well, I've had the misfortune of playing Johnny Archer 20 times, I would say, over the last 10 years playing 9-ball, and he has played some of the most incredible sets of 9-ball on me where, I mean, you really have to put this guy away because he is a phenomenal player.
Okay, good job there, Johnny. Nice little 4-ball run. Made only one slight tactical error. All right. 1-0 Archer over Woodward.
I think Johnny Archer looks real sharp there in that Universe clothing. That's a nice look, and the Mosconi Cup team might be donning those clothes in the upcoming event in London, and I think that's a nice look. Very professional.
I love the vest. I was
yeah,
really
the vest looks
that.
nice. You know, the snooker players wear the nice red and blue vests, and it really contrasts and looks great.
I think it's important that we create a nice image for our
Sure,
sport.
sure.
Cut break.
Got a good result. Looky here. Elevated over the 4 a little bit, possibly, but
Hey, we get a second look at this, see if he does flinch at this, John.
right. Okay, let's see
Watch
the
his
head
head.
movement.
Nice. Oh, you could definitely see lifting prior to impact.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Yeah, I mean, because all he did was miss his mark by, what, 1/8 of an inch maybe at high speed, and it amplifies it, you know, makes you miss.
Yep.
It's not like he hit the ball an inch right of where he was looking, so it doesn't take much. And even if he held perfectly still, you can still miss the ball because it's a tough shot. So, you know, it's but when you get in a spot like that, I believe that you can rely on your fundamentals, and it's something that you're a big fan of, obviously being one of the top instructors in the world. You know that if you just rely on good fundamentals, it can really get you through some tough spots and matches. And he's going to play the combination here. Let the cue ball run out past the 4. Oh, that's fine too.
Well,
that worked even better.
Pretty shot.
Okay, got to make a nice little shot here. Now, when a table's dry and hot like this, if you pocket speed it, it'll slide in a little better. So you'll see players favor pocket speed over slamming balls in when it's a hot, dry table. Well, he went ahead and just punched it to make sure. That was a nice shot.
Sometimes if you're a little bit jittery, letting your stroke out and make a good full swing rather than be too, so you don't decelerate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I think I would favor putting more stroke on a ball when I'm nervous. Exactly right.
Plus, it was out far enough that you don't want to graze the rail anyway.
Exactly.
LJA going to come up with a break and run out here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he turned a bobble into being up 2-0. So Skyler's got his hand full right off the bat here.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't get any easier as you go along.
No.
Oh, you beat Pagulayan? Well, it gets a little worse.
Yeah. Yeah, this field is as ferocious as I've ever seen. I mean, here's a match here. I don't even think they're in the money yet, and you know, a 4-time world champion, and it's welcome to the big time, kiddo.
Look at the scorpion there.
I would think Johnny will stay with the cut break here. Now, does he have an extension in his cue? It looks like he does. In the middle, little 2-inch extension. That is really becoming popular. And we'll get a better look later. Well, this is his break cue. No, he wouldn't have the extension. He looks like he's going to hit him head on hard. No, he kind of went with a high-speed cut break. He's not going to be thrilled with that. It'd be a difficult place to push. You see anything here you like with the push, Mark?
No,
anything that jumps out at you?
He
No.
might jump.
Okay.
Jumping Johnny. because it's a tough push. And
Right.
wherever you push, Skyler's probably
Right.
going to take it if it's a safety. You're going to push to a tough kick. Maybe the jump shot's the best deal here.
Yeah.
You think?
That, or maybe push the cue ball over by the left side pocket and make him, the incoming player will kick to the back rail and kind of hook kick the one downstream and stay behind the 5 or something like that. Whatever he chooses is not going to be easy.
It's so far from the end rail trying to kick and stick.
He is
It's
going to do
real tough.
exactly what you said.
No, he's pushing out.
Okay.
Jumping Johnny. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I like this move even better. Rather than give the kid a chance to make a mistake.
I got it, and I'll tell you, I would let Johnny Archer have this back. I'd like to start every match with a guy trying to jump this ball in and get shape, right?
But it plays so much easier when you have to shoot. The other guy, much tougher for him because he knows he doesn't have to take it. So Johnny's committed to this shot. There's no ambiguity. He knows he's got to play.
You're right. Again, I'm kind of getting tired of you being right all the time. You're going to have to make a bad call once in a while. But yeah.
Well, historically, I've
you're
made wrong so many times that sometimes I stumble up on something here. But
oh, wow. And now it's going to hit the 9 and give him shape, too. Are you kidding me? Holy cow. That was just incredible.
I really like what Johnny did there. Rather than just take the jump on himself to begin with, because it's an iffy shot, let the kid have a chance. And now, this is really painful for the kid because he knows he could have played the shot.
Yeah.
He didn't figure he was going to make it and run out. And
the thing is, shots like that confuse me because I look at it and go, well, there's a shot that you're going to make and get position 1 and 7, but you did it. So was it the right move or did you just get lucky? I really can't wrap my head around it when I'm playing a match. And then when the shot comes up again, I kind of trick myself and go, well, I guess I'm supposed to go for this, and then so I don't know. I don't know what to think, but that was a kind of a match momentum changer there. I mean,
it was a defining moment.
Sure.
Defining moment here early in the match. Johnny Archer forced to go for it. He made something happen from nothing.
And you do not want to let Johnny Archer get out in front because people talk about his slow play and he's methodical. Well, when he gets ahead of you and starts running around the table, he is dangerous. Because he can play brisk and play great. I've seen him do it. And you don't want to see him flying around the table like Strickland.
No, we're using a 40-second shot clock. And
and he has to speed up anyway.
Well, he's not playing slow. 40 seconds is ample for Johnny.
Sure.
He's never been that slow.
Nice shot. Come up a little bit. Good shot. Play the 9 in the same pocket, I would think. Little bottom left English. Draw over.
The Scorpion.
Whoa, looky here. Looky here.
Okay.
Oh,
side
boy.
pocket. But that doesn't help your confidence.
No.
He's going to make this, I feel.
Right, but you still are
start
kicking yourself a little bit.
You're thinking, like, what the heck am I doing? I didn't even hit draw.
Yeah, just didn't get down low enough into that cue ball.
I like it. Johnny, go powder up and collect yourself. But there's no sense, making a sloppy attempt just because you're disappointed about the previous shot.
And he'll let the cue ball probably kind of choke down to the back rail there. What a shot. Yeah, he would not have been a happy camper missing that 9. So 3-0, Johnny Archer.
And Johnny broke and ran out. After the Skyler played a safety that didn't work.
Right.
Then he broke and ran out. Then he broke and pushed out and ran out. So really it's like he's run 2 racks, and Skyler's really only visited the table.
Skyler's really done nothing wrong. I mean, just, you get 2 players of this caliber, it's odd because I've seen a lot of hill sets, but you get blowouts a lot of time, and this could end up being a blowout.
Race to 11. Breaking from the box. Last time Johnny's cue ball got hopping a little bit, went down table. We'll see if he amends that.
Well, this table being hotter and drier, which we all like, I think all pool tables should be heated, but that's a discussion for another day. The table's going to break better than most of the other tables, so you can get blown out pretty easy if a guy starts making balls on the break. So,
well, the wing ball found the corner pocket. Long combination opportunity on the.
I think he'll go for it, Mark. You think? Shoot at this?
Well, he's on a good run, and I don't think he wants to go down playing safe too bad.
It's laying pretty good.
You have to feel confident you're getting a shot from the 1, though. Otherwise, it's really not worth it. You can't just gamble if you don't really feel it.
Yeah, I think the 1 will kind of go sideways and out like that, and then you have to just, well...
That's a little bad luck because he
bit.
struck that like he felt for sure he was going to make it. Then you can take a little more risk as long as you make it because now you can still defend yourself from here. You can 3 cushion around, get in behind that 7.
I like that.
Ball.
I like just flicking off the 1, maybe push the 1 over near the 2 and trying to get behind the 3. But he doesn't want to push the 1 right over in front of the hole, obviously, or even in the hole.
Yeah, it might be laying tricky for any kind of a shot like that. I think it is. I think he might have been asking about his extension. He'd like to use his extension right away. I don't blame him.
Well, I think coming off the 1 and just putting him right down behind that 3 is laying great, but we'll see what he does here.
He might be shooting the 1 right at the 2 and 3 cushions around. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. I like it. Oh, he made it.
Oh, he played the 1. He was trying to make the 1 and then bank the 2 in, right? I mean, he couldn't have been just playing position like that.
No, I don't think he.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, that's one of those we just would have to ask him later.
I think he was playing safe, and I think he got mixed up in his mind at the end. He tried to adjust something when he was down over the ball.
Now, Skyler will run into the 2 and brush it off, but that's exactly the problem with that. You end up staying there on the rail, so you're going to have to make a little more difficult shot now and accept the 3 ball up table.
Well, I think he's happy with this shot.
Oh, yeah.
What the 2 ball was.
Right.
You know, 3 goes in real easy past the 6. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, a little unsteady there, and it's nothing I haven't done before. I know exactly how that feels to be down 3-0, a lot of pressure. You got to hold still, and that's where your fundamentals will have a tendency to, I guess you'd call it, break down. We're all guilty of it, and he might have moved just a touch there.
It was almost like he was kind of thinking about the 3 ball when he shot the 2 ball.
Sure. He's human. You got to shake it off. Oh, look at this pretty shot here. He might have overran his mark a little. Oh, see. Almost got straight in. Good thing for 6 pockets.
Johnny Archer.
Yeah, this is makeable.
Scorpion.
Now, this shot wouldn't be too difficult if you could shoot it with a level cue, but you have to elevate to miss. Yeah, that was a good shot. Much harder than it looked.
Yep, he got it right on in there. Real nice hit because the cue ball can hop and you can overcut the ball.
Yes.
Hopping, so it was a very well executed shot from an experienced player.
Yes, yeah. Johnny is he's as smart as they come on a pool table. Playing rotation especially, he just plays the game the right way. Now this is a tough shot here. He's jacked up over this 9. It's not a foregone conclusion. Great stroke.
You know, it also makes you wonder how good would he play if, you know, he's a family man, he's got a business, and he's trying to play, he's got kids, and they compete in sports.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'll tell you how good he played. When he was 21 and did nothing but play pool and didn't have all those responsibilities, look what he did in the game. Just won everything in sight. So give you a pretty good idea of what he does when his mind's clear, but he still is a force to be reckoned with, no doubt.
Well, he's a better player today.
Yeah, he's smart player.
Guaranteed he's a better player.
Really? Okay.
Archer expands 4-0. Yeah, his experience, his game, his pocketing really hasn't dropped off. He just plays smarter pool.
Yeah, and we were just talking about that a little while ago. You know, the reason he's not winning 5 tournaments a week is because the fields have gotten stronger, not that he's gotten weaker.
No, he kind of paved the way. He showed a lot of people what they needed to do, and now a decade's gone by, and they've caught up some.
You know, people give Shane Van Boening grief about not winning in Asia. The reason that he's not winning in Asia is not because he plays weak in Asia. It's because there's 200 aliens over there that never miss a ball. And, you know, you can't blame Shane. The level of play over there is just incredible.
Absolutely right. Cut break. No, wing ball didn't even come close.
Yeah, Sky might get his first look. This is a crucial game here. Sky really needs to win this game. Maybe break and run out, settle down a little bit, and let Johnny know he's here to fight. It's easy to get a little dejected and just kind of let the match get away from you. And this is one of the, he hasn't been on camera many times. He knows this match is going out to like 30 countries around the world. This is a big match. And he'd like nothing more than to show everybody what he can do. But even if this kid gets beat 11-0, trust me, folks, he is a great, great player.
Good shot. A little bit short, wasn't it?
A little short. I'm going to have to flick the 2 in with some outside English and hit it real good and come around 2 rails for an angle for the 3 to move down for the 4. Oh, he might have. He hung it. Okay. He blocked Johnny with the 3-5.
And he hasn't made any real gross errors or anything.
No.
But just a whisker off in a couple instances.
I mean, pool is a tough game, and it's just a tough game. It's just, I go to pro golf tournaments and watch these guys play, and I mean they chunk chips and miss putts, and it's just a tough game, golf and pool. And so I actually think it's good for the fans to see these guys miss a few balls to realize how hard this game is and how incredible it is when you watch people run rack after rack. What a almost incredible feat it is to run racks of pool, because it's just not as easy as these guys make it look.
What a kick. 2 cushions for position.
Yeah, how'd he hit it? What a shot.
Savvy veteran.
Yeah, that was a great shot and played it perfectly.
So subtle. You know what John was saying about pool? It's a little bit like in the movie, I think it's Bagger Vance, and they say golf is a game that can be played but never won. And that's kind of like pool. You can't hardly hold it.
Yeah, you can't master it. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's I've been fortunate enough to try a lot of different hobbies and games and sports, and I think pool is as hard as anything. And these pool masters that you're watching here, they make the game look so easy that to the untrained eye, the game just looks easy, which is a touch of what holds it back, I believe. Because when the game's played correctly, it looks a little too easy. But trust me, it's not. Great shot there.
Yeah, I think what holds it back is a little bit along those same lines, but people need to recognize what the intricacies are.
Right.
So then they can appreciate it better.
Sure.
They don't know that he maybe was trying to play a save or trying to play 2-rail kick to get an angle for the next ball. They just see the balls plop in. It gets hypnotic and boring if you don't. It's not just precision, but it's the degree of precision.
Right.
If we kick a 50-yard field goal, I'm an inch off. That's not too bad.
Right.
Don't ever try to be an inch off on the cue ball with your tip.
No chance. Now this is a difficult shot. Off the rail, great hit. That was a good shot.
It was. And the mental fatigue to focus like this too. You got to be in shape to do this.
Yep. Nice position, just past the 8 enough to come down for the 9 with some draw. He'll put a little bottom spin here. See the little dots spinning backwards, beautiful. Well, this is a dream start, Mark, for Johnny Archer and kind of a nightmare for Skyler. But, the last match on this table, I believe, Wayne Can opened up with a 5-0 lead on Emrid Majid and ended up losing. So it's far from over.
Yeah, it's a good long test here. The big thing for Skyler right now is that he cannot get down and be thinking of the score. He needs to be thinking about his next opportunity. He's going to put another good stroke on that ball. He's got to prepare to run out and prepare to play a good safety if that's what's called for. Don't try to force something just because you're trailing.
Right. That's a good point.
Because you can compound it.
Yeah.
Majid never left his game. He played the killer safety at the end. He played so many killer safety. I ended up nicknaming the boa constrictor. He just took that match back, you know. It was through, his shot selections and execution, stellar.
Oh, is he going to cross bank this one?
I think he's cutting it.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he hit it just a little heavy.
And he didn't have a pause. He kind of just went off and. Okay. Yeah, he needs to regroup here mentally. Don't get down. You come out of this, it doesn't look like you got hurt too bad so far unless Johnny makes the bank.
I think Johnny's just going to roll up behind the 8. What a great arena you have here with this ACCUSTATS arena. You know what I mean? The HD cameras, everything's up close.
Yeah.
You know, for a pool fan, this is just a dream to be able to see this action up close. With the 2 greatest commentators who've ever lived.
the luxury commentary box
right.
here.
Yep. Yeah, this is a world-class production, and I actually like doing these matches with you because I get a really good seat, and I can sit here and really see what they're doing up close, and it's fun. I'm a pool fan, too, just like everybody else out there. And he ends up getting a little unfortunate, leaving Johnny a shot on the 1.
Yep.
Nothing is going Skyler's way, and you actually learn from experiences like this. You kind of, the match ends, and you might say, you know what, I didn't die. It's not the end of the world. I missed a couple balls, and I can work on this and work on that. And he'll actually improve from this and learn from this if he does go on to get beat. And if he doesn't, well, he'd learn a lot from that too. To say, wow, I was down 5-0 and came back to win. So it's all good things for Skyler. He's young, and you know, obviously he'd like to win this match, but, you know, once you come out to the Pro Tour and you start playing in these tournaments, it isn't like the one-on-one matches. You know, you're now in the pond with other big fish, and so it's a little hard on a young player's mindset to get beat matches because they're not used to that. They're used to beating everybody.
Right. Oh, You'll get bruised and battered.
Well, you know, he just won a tournament. He just won a $20,000 tournament with all the best players in the world a few months ago. So he is no joke.
I think he beat Shane in the finals.
Right. He beat Shane Van Boning in the finals. So, you know, Skyler is, like I said earlier, he's the real deal. And win, lose, or draw here, I'm very impressed with him. And Johnny's running away with this match, though, which is something we've seen him do before, and he's allowed.
Yeah, you don't have to throw a crack of light out there much for him to assert himself in a match.
Well,
caught it just a little ragged, didn't he? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stuffed it in there a little thick.
Well, I like to say when I hit a ball like that, I hit it like Rosie O'Donnell, a bit chunky. Probably more straight in here than he'd like to get, because now he has to stroke it back without using a rail. He chalked up real good so he doesn't miscue.
Very
shot.
confident
Yeah,
stroke.
nice shot.
Okay, Johnny Archer cashes in his 6th win.
6-0. That's going to be tough to overcome for Skyler.
Well, really, Skyler needs to get 1. You know, then we'll go from there. Forget 6 to nothing.
I like his name.
Track.
I think Skyler's just a cool name.
It is.
I got stuck with a boring name, John. You know what I mean? Skyler, that's got some pizzazz to it. You can remember that name, Skyler Woodward. We're going to hear a lot about him. I mean, he's going to win some major tournaments and be around a long time.
This sounds like a Hollywood name.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Rock star's name.
Well, Scott Smith, the MC, I mean, he looks like something out of Sopranos with that haircut, and he could go right in the movies himself.
He's got the voice for it. Scott's got the great commentary.
Yeah,
voice.
right. Looks like he's lining up for a cut break here.
3 on the wing. One
Cross side, no.
One ball didn't go in the side, and the wing ball didn't go in. Oh, boy.
Now, this is my first chance to see Skyler play, and a lot of people out there, same thing. And this is not his full speed, obviously, and he's struggling a little bit this match, and that happens. But you know, sometimes it's interesting to see how players handle playing a set like this where nothing's going their way. And so far, his body language looks pretty good. You wouldn't know he's down 6-0 if you just walked in the room. So that's a good sign.
Admirable.
I mean, you can, I lose the lag and people could tell. I'm like, okay, good shot.
Okay, great response.
Now, I think Johnny will kick 2 rails down by the 3 and try to go in behind the 1. The 1's almost dead off the back of this ball.
Yeah, it might squirt in there. That's what he's looking at now.
He's wanting the cue ball to come off the side of the 1 back upstream, but, you know, that's something for Efren. I'm just happy to hit the 1 here.
Well, he'll play it to a particular side of the 1.
Right.
Now, he might not get it, but he's definitely
that's what he's trying.
Planning on it. You know, let's look how much care he puts into this. This is where amateurs just slug at this, but a pro plays a shot.
Yeah.
He's declared his extension. He wants to take a little moment to gather himself because this could be the deciding shot of this rack.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Skyler could win this game, break and run a couple racks, and just slow Johnny down, you know, I've seen it a million times. Matches like this that look unwinnable, and you come out and you go have a sandwich and come back, and it's hill. You've seen it 100 times. So, you know, Skyler's got to hang in there. Obviously, you know, 8-9 to 0s, it's almost no chance, but he's still got life. But he's absolute must to win this game.
Good effort there.
Wow.
Good effort. Yep.
Now, I kind of like to elevate here and go rail first on this 1, and then the cue ball will come right down into the position zone. To hit ball first here, you have to really hit it thick and hard to get it to get down for the 2. I kind of would think he'll go rail first here, just like that. Thank you, Skyler, for making me look like I've done this before. Slow down. Oh, he might have just hooked himself on that 9. Boy, nothing is going his way. Well, I believe he has to jump this ball. It's just not your day, Mark, when you come down 9 feet like that and the cue ball creeps up a half an inch behind a ball. I mean, it's just not your day. He's a pretty good favorite to punch this in, but he's going to be a long ways from the 3, I believe. Now, you want to draw the jump cue back kind of slow like that. Nice shot. Well, he was trying to cut the ball through the right side of the hole a little more to get more travel with the cue ball.
Good chance to hit the 3, but very difficult to play much of a shot from that. It's just going to be a matter of speed control now. Oh, he's jumping.
Jumping again.
Okay.
And probably going to go for a full hit. Not try to make the ball, but drive the 3 rails around to the back rail and leave the cue ball up there. So he'll aim right at the center of this ball, not try to pocket it. No, well, I can't tell what he was trying, but I would think that's what he was going for. Well, Johnny's got a couple options here. None of them are great.
He could thin hit it, but then he has to deal with the 6.
Right.
So
you have to deal with missing the 6.
I think he's going to play offense. He looks comfortable with it.
Boy, good shot. I mean, just could not have hit it much better. Nice shot. Now, do you like coming out 2 rails with middle right English here, Mark, and putting the cue ball right about where it is now? Maybe a little more towards the 6.
Well, if he can help it, I think he'll go 1 cushion across.
Oh, 1 cushion and draw.
No, he's going inside English.
Oh, wow, this will be pretty. Watch this. Left English, side rail, in rail. Oh, gorgeous shot.
Good shot.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's a great pool shot right there. Played by the master. Perfect speed control.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. And he is well in control of this match, obviously.
It would be a gross understatement to say that
tell you
Johnny
what.
Archer has all the tools.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Of course.
I don't think he hit this ball exactly like he intended, but it's still manageable. The 6 ball's missable, make no doubt. You've got to hold real steady here and follow through nicely. Good shot. Now this shot has to be hit clean because he's going to shoot this 7 in real firm to get the cue ball to bounce out off the. Oh no, he's going to pinch draw it and cheat the pocket a little bit like that. Okay.
Might have miscued a little bit.
Yeah, it sounded a little clacky, didn't it? Oh, he's elevating here. Had so much difficulty to the shot. And that's why we hate elevating. It's kind of like taking your BB gun out and shooting at a tin can from the hip. When you see a player elevated like that, they're shooting from the hip, and you can't quite tell what you're aiming at.
Right.
And you get the masse effect on the cue ball if you miss hit it a millimeter. So it just adds tons of difficulty. But again, Johnny misses the ball, and look what Skyler comes to the table with. So nothing going Skyler's way at the moment.
Straight back to my left.
And he might have doubled. Well, he might get away with this. Look at here. No. And Johnny Archer's left with darn near ball in hand.
You know, on Johnny's last shot, if we ever had a second look at it, I bet that backswing was super quick. Because it just seemed abrupt. Like he was finding this shot to be a bit distasteful. I'm used to seeing him make that type shot. I also know it plays very difficult.
Sure.
Archer expands his lead 7 games to 0.
Yeah, the scoreboard just showed Skyler has 1 game, but I believe the score's 7-0. You know, matches like this almost freak you out a little bit because you go through all these matches where you battle and it's hill, and then you get a match like this where you're 7-0 and you're almost confused, like what is going on here? And you have to stay composed and keep battling and trying to play well. But it's something that happens so rare that it's almost unsettling, even if you're the guy winning.
Yeah. Archer went to the other side of the box, but to no avail.
Now you're going to get to see a very pretty shot here. I believe Skyler will try to draw this back with bottom left English, have the cue ball hit where he's standing right now, and then spin up between the 2 and the pink 4 and play the 2 on the side. This will be very beautiful to watch if he hits it correctly. Oh, what a shot.
Good call, John.
Yeah, I watched this match yesterday. I knew what was going to happen there. That was a very good strike, and hopefully he can get out here and just get loose, get to play a little bit, build some confidence even for the next match.
Well, this is a once beaten round, so be your last match.
Oh, okay, yeah, this is a loser side match, so a lot of pressure on Skyler to stay alive. Shot. High English, go to the side rail, bounce back over. Shot. Okay, now this got a little funny. He's going to have to follow the cue ball down a ways to get the correct angle on the 8, which he barely got there. Now he can come forward for the 9. Nice shot, Skyler. Way to keep your chin up.
Good job.
There you go, buddy. Believe me, he's beaten a lot of people 7-1 himself, so he knows. He laughs a little bit as he wins his first game.
Archer 7, Woodward 1.
Boy, I like that shirt. That really looks brilliant. That red on camera.
It's kind of the Tiger Woods look.
Yeah, he's got the Tiger Woods color. I like that. He's got a very engaging way about himself and a very friendly smile. He's a very approachable young man. If you ever see him at a tournament, you go up and say hi to Skyler. He'll be happy to talk to you. He's a fan favorite, and he's very good for our sport. Okay, went with a nice little soft cut break, which didn't produce a ball pocketed, but Johnny, I believe, will cut the 1 into the 3 and let the cue ball come back down to where he's standing.
That's exactly what he's aiming
I think
up.
so, and I mean, you know, it looks like that what he would do. You just got to watch making the 7. There you go, good shot.
I think with your coaching and Johnny's accuracy.
Yeah, I'd be tough. I'm from the booth here. I'm a good player from the booth. I don't do much wrong.
Awkward kick here.
Yeah, left English. Get it to lengthen out a little bit. Good shot. Not a bad result. Doesn't leave Johnny much. Now I kind of like banking the 1 ball down to where the 3 is on the scoreboard there, the numbers, and just let the cue ball. Well, he's going to put the cue ball behind the pink 4 and drive the 1. That's fine too. Good shot. No, he hit it perfect. That's much better than what I suggested.
Wow.
Good shot, Johnny.
Yeah, a knowledgeable and appreciative audience there.
Now, here's where I believe Efren Reyes is. I don't know. In a race to 100, this shot might come up 10, 15 times. He's going to kick side rail, in rail, and hit this 1 way more than the American players. He just, wouldn't you agree, Mark? Efren Reyes is going to kick 2 rails and hit this 1 more often than anybody in Pro Pool. And I believe that gives him a pretty good edge, you know, throughout the year.
Absolutely.
He's just not going to give up ball in hand very often here. Like that was a good attempt. Efren just hardly ever does that.
Right.
Because that's a 3-cushion billiard shot, and it just looks so easy to Efren. He hits it so good.
He loves those shots.
Yeah.
On top of it, I mean, it's not like he dreads playing them.
No, yeah, you would just bet your bankroll that he's going to go 2 rails and hit the 1, and
then
and then what? Yeah,
then he hooks you.
Exactly.
Or then he lucks 1 in.
Right.
Just trickles up on the 2.
all while singing karaoke. I mean, he just it's like no sweat for him.
Yeah, I think attitude does have a lot to do with it too, because he's so positive.
Yes.
And, he just
Doesn't get mad at himself. He just giggles and laughs and smiles. He's got a great demeanor. He got a little more thin on this 3 than I think he would like, but it'll work.
takes a good look at it.
I would even venture to guess he draws the cue ball into the 5 and brushes the 5. Oh, no, it goes past the 7. No, I don't think he will run into it. He might just go between them. Yeah, nice shot. I'm going to get near that side pocket, though. Look at this. What was the point of that? He got point hooked. Well, that's pretty hard to do right there. It's quite rare what just happened. Now he's going to kick 3 rails. Left English, 1, 2, 3. Now he caught ball first. Good shot. All right, Skyler. Well, I think the pink passes the 8. Skyler could maybe put another game on the board here. All right, Skyler, hold steady here. Just trust your stroke. Easy for me to say. Good shot. It all looks so easy from here, doesn't it, Mark?
Yeah, we know it's not easy.
Right. That was kind of gutsy to just accept this long of a shot on the 7 and take what the table gives you. A lot of guys would try to get closer to the 7. Good shot.
Yeah, very nice.
Nice stroke.
Good, confident stroke.
Beautiful speed control.
And this 9-ball falls in. Woodward 2, Archer 7. Woodward got a little bit of momentum going now. If he can do something on the break, he'd feel much better about the whole thing.
Kind of a nothing to lose, everything to gain from here. You know, you come into a match worried, am I going to win? Am I going to lose? How am I going to play? And now you're kind of facing the reality that you're kind of an underdog from here, and you're probably going to lose. So go ahead and let loose a little bit. We even call it the give-up stroke, and just go ahead and play your game, see what happens. And sometimes the other players start protecting that lead, and I've blown matches from here, and I've won matches from here being down. So anything can happen. And I think Skyler's strong enough mentally to realize that. But he does have to get something to go on this break here. There we go. Look at here. Corner ball. Maybe a look at the 1. Not a great look.
Yep.
But
this is doable.
It's something.
Yeah.
I mean, but you have to hit this 1 with such pace to get the cue ball to bounce off the rail enough for the 2 that it just adds so much difficulty on this shot. If you just were level rolling this 1 in, not too bad.
Can he follow down? No, he's looking at what if he comes backwards. He's got a jack up.
This is just, if he pulls this off, this is an incredible shot. To jack up and punch this 1 in is really very difficult. If anybody can do it, it's this young man right here, but a real tester here. Oh, and he got away with it, though. But that, of course, if he was shooting it slower, the ball would have floated in. So that's the luck of the break. Where the cue ball laid, he just didn't have many options. Johnny can either kick or jump.
He had to shoot that speed.
Well, he hit it pretty good, too.
He did.
Only a couple millimeters off.
That's where that pocket plays so snug. If he goes soft speed and grazes the rail, goes down.
And it's unfortunate that the 1 hangs. It could very easily jiggle over to the end rail. Johnny has a shot that he can hardly miss with a jump cue. Look at here. He's going to come right back down between traffic and have a shot on the 2. Or is he? You like banking the 2 cross side, Mark? I kind of do. And letting the cue ball just kind of hold down on the back rail.
Yeah.
2 creates distance if it doesn't go.
I also don't mind putting a 2 on the end rail.
And that's what he's going for. Smart. Don't force the issue. Yes. Yeah. No reason to try to do too much when you're leading.
It's tricky to escape.
Oh,
this
is.
This is that position that you're going to start so many of your innings in.
Exactly. Exactly. I think, boy, if the 2's out off the rail a little bit, I would bank the 2 back to his left hip pocket and let the cue ball come off the back rail and catch the 3 to slow down. If the 2's more near the rail, he just has to come off the left side of the 2, put it over by the left side pocket, and hopefully getting behind the 6-9. Either proposition, extremely difficult, and he's a huge underdog from here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the idea is just get a little better percentage.
Right.
It's a negative expectation in the big picture.
Yes, exactly. And he's going with option 2. No,
yeah, that's great.
He double kissed it, which I don't think that's what he was trying to do, but it kind of worked out.
In any circumstance, that shot probably plays best with double kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
The reason being, Johnny can have control of the table, but you didn't lose the game on that shot. Maybe next time you can do something that's a little bit more aggressive. Mm-hmm. It was you're almost for sure going to double kiss anyway, even with the shot that you described, because it wasn't laying very nice.
Now Johnny's going to try to hold him behind the 3. Oh, what a shot.
Great shot. Okay. I'd like to get another look at Johnny's jump shot if we could. That would be pretty cool. Look at his knee up on the table. Nice follow through.
Wow.
Bouncing. Oh, boy. This guy's looking at having to kick 2 cushions. In between the 8 and 9, and then up to the 2.
That's no fun.
Yeah, that's a 9 on a scale of 10 in terms
Right.
of difficulty. And Johnny Archer requesting someone to referee the shot. I don't blame him. Looking for Jay Helfert. Oh, here's Carl. Okay. Yep. Carl Kantrowitz.
Nice guy. He's doing a real good job here. We're happy to have him. Thanks, Carl.
He's going to go one rail.
Right-hand English. He has to spin it off the end rail and hope it twists enough. Not quite enough.
Well, the speed hurt.
Right.
I think he probably had enough if it goes a little softer.
Well, Johnny needs good position on the 3, obviously, to transition up for the 4. So he's going to come down and look exactly where he wants to land on this 3, which is because all 9-ball really is 3-ball runouts. You make a ball to get an angle to get on a ball, and then you reassess once you get to the 3rd ball. So in his mind, he knows I'm going to get on this 4-ball perfectly, and then we'll reevaluate.
Yeah, you don't need to play any further ahead than that, so
Right.
don't clutter it up.
Yeah, right.
If I gave you ball in hand, you should expect yourself to get 3 balls.
Exactly.
And after that, if you got to be
Then
a
you
shot
do it
maker
again.
or whatever,
Yeah. Now, I kind of like him coming out with top left English and shooting the 6 in the side pocket. Just like that. Nice speed. Johnny might have overran his mark by an inch. No, okay, he can hold it for the 7 in the corner. Okay, perfect. Nice speed control. Little angle, bounce off the rail here. Middle right English. And shot. And perfect position.
Johnny Archer.
Johnny Archer. He's tough.
Okay.
He has that little something extra. I mean, everybody here is great, but I mean, when you look at his resume, I mean, I know how much goes into winning a tournament. It's a lot of luck, skill, talent, desire, dedication, and all that good stuff. This guy has just won 1,000,000 tournaments, and he just has that little something special that gets him over the line day in and day out better than the average player, I think.
Archer now broaching into 900 territory.
Right, just playing perfect pool. Everything's went his way. I think he'd be the first to admit that. You know, as far as the rubs and the rolls would go, we'd have to favor Johnny. But he's played fantastic, and the score reflects that.
And you have to capitalize. I mean, the rolls don't help you if you don't ever shoot the balls.
Right, exactly.
He made a nice, cleanup of those balls. He was supposed to, but he did. Pushing forward, 3 games away from the match. Checks his break.
Cut break, trying to make the 1 on the side, I believe. Well, let's look at this break. Unbelievable. Boy, it's almost overkill when you get up 8-2 and then you have breaks like you think, man, where's this at when it's hill? I don't need this much help right now.
I was at a tournament one time when Johnny Archer won the flip and ran 13 racks.
The bicycle club, right? Or was it?
No, this was up in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, I heard a lot about that.
I've heard a lot about big runs.
Yeah,
I've seen some 7s and 8s, but I never saw
13 is something else. I mean, that was in the days of racking the 1 on the spot and the corner ball, obviously. I mean, I think that would be just impossible in today's environment with this racking procedure. But if anybody could run 13 racks, it's this guy. That's a phenomenal run. Most tour pros high run playing 9 balls, 8, 9, 10 racks. But 13 is just astronomical.
Yeah, I was there for it.
Yeah.
No joke.
Who defeated Johnny Archer? Do you know, Mark, who put him on the loser side by any chance? I always find that interesting. No, I don't know why. I always seem to want to know that.
I watched the match. It went down to it went hill, and it was.
Oh wow!
I'm ashamed to say I've forgotten it, but it was one of the Asian players that I just learned.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. I remember hearing something about that. So he lost hill.
We've watched so much pool this week, and I've even
right
in between commentary rounds, I've watched a lot of other matches. So. But it was an interesting match too. Johnny came back. That kid really played good on him.
Well, I've known you well, Mark, and you're never a guy to ask for sympathy or accolades, but the people at home, I'm sure, appreciate the fact that you've been in this booth doing matches 8-10 hours a day for a week straight. And, even though Pat Fleming's paying you $2 million a week to do this, I still commend you because that's
all right.
Yeah. And I think the fans really enjoy your commentary. You're obviously very insightful and one of the best instructors out there. I'll give you a little plug here. If anybody's looking to improve their game, get a hold of Mark Wilson. He's one of the best instructors in the world, and he's helped my game too. It didn't work out today for me, but and the same things would apply to you or me. Oh, nice shot. Look at here. 9 might come down there and get away. No, he's okay. This is tricky, though. Making this 7 and coming around the 9, I don't know if that's available.
No.
What would you do here, Mark? Would you just
lightly bump the 9, just go high, right? No,
and just try to carry it out lightly, catch half of the ball? He looks like he's going around it, isn't he?
He does, yes.
No, he did exactly. Oh, he did get around it.
Good shot.
That was a good shot. He hit the ball into the thick side of the hole.
Johnny Archer. Well, he's a legend. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, there's a reason. I mean, this is how he plays right here.
Another break and run out for Johnny Archer. Keeps the pressure on, moves his TPA up a little bit. He's well into the 900s now.
Yeah, that's great play. He's missed 1 ball, I think, or 2 balls, maybe the whole set.
All right. I'm very generous because I play and know how it works. Skyler, to his credit, really hasn't made gross errors or anything.
No. Just nothing's went his way. I mean,
he's had a couple that were just a half an inch off.
Right.
A couple, 2 or 3.
Right.
And maybe he could look back and prefer to have kicked that first shot rather than play that safety that came up and let Johnny win the first game.
Sure.
But we're talking about some kind of a super fine difference in shot selection there that comes with experience.
I got to brag on Johnny Archer a little bit here. Obviously we can see how he plays pool. And, he's a very talented individual. Now, for all you golf nuts out there, I went to his home golf course one time and played golf with him. And we're talking a tough golf course, 6,800 yards. And I watched him shoot 73, 69 on it. I mean, he was a legit scratch player, 1 handicap when he was playing golf every day. So here's a guy that's a world champion pool player. Maybe not currently, but at one time in his life, a scratch golfer, which is a very solid player, heck of a basketball player, and he's just a very talented. I think he's the kind of guy that could have just been good at any sport. He plays good tennis, good basketball. I say all that, and he misses the 2, but that was a tough shot. I believe he hooked Skyler too.
Isn't that the way pool goes? Avalanche.
But I think where Johnny is really separated himself and where he's different is between those ears. He is so tough mentally. When he gets into competition, he just believes in himself as much as anybody I've ever been around. And he's the guy I would want shooting a tough shot for me if my life was on the line. Good shot, nice Skyler.
Shot. Yeah.
Shape, too.
What Skyler brings, too, is that youth.
Sure.
And with that comes all the fans that want to get behind kids, and the social media and all these kids, they're all about it. And
sure.
They see a kid like this that can come along and just beat anybody at any time.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love that?
Yeah, exactly. And he's a gentleman. He's a nice-looking young man. He's a polite individual. He's everything that you'd want to see in a professional player in any sport. And I think he's got a nice career ahead of him. And hopefully he'll give me $20 for saying all those nice things.
Okay, we get another look at this jump shot.
This jump shot here was awesome.
Good follow through. I like it.
cut it in just right where you can get positioned. This is the last tough shot of this rack. He's got to make a good hit here. A little bit of, get in there. Okay. Good shot. Playing with I believe a Davini cue.
Hit that a little ragged.
Mm-hmm.
Caught it a little thin.
Right.
All right, settle down here, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Guess he's gonna try to two cushion this shot.
Now I like this option because he stays above the 8. That was a smart play. Now going from the 8 to the 9 is much more simple. Good shot. Nice out.
Very good. Got a little
Great
momentum
shooting.
back.
Great shooting,
Woodward
Skyler.
3, Archer 9.
Boy, the matches are just going to get more incredible every match. You know, from here on out, people start to get eliminated, which is riveting, you know, to know one player is out of the tournament. And some huge winner side matches. So obviously stay tuned, people. I think it's just going to get better by the minute. All right, add a little pace to this break. I'd like to see him hit this break a little firmer like Johnny was doing. Johnny was getting good results with the firm cut break. Well, I don't know. I don't know what the trick is with this cut break. I mean, I'm sure by the end of the tournament we'll see more of a pattern of what works. But, you know, Johnny hits him with a cut. 3 go in, you get straight in, and then Skyler does that. So there's no rhyme or reason to it.
I've never been good enough to figure it out. So I think it has to do with how thick or thin you hit the one.
Yeah,
but
this is the whole reason they did this, because they wanted to see no rhyme or reason. They wanted to have random breaks, and they're getting it. Because from one break to the next, you just have no idea how they're going to break. Tie up the 7-9, very crafty. You always like to tie up something on a push out.
Yeah, Skyler, he's facing a long, tough defensive play here. I don't know if he gives it back.
Yeah, this is...
I don't think you can lock him up, so I would be tempted to give it back. Just hope that I get something better than that. Hey, this is a good shot.
Yeah, that was covered up most of the one. Well, Johnny can hit this ball. Can't do much with it.
Would you have shot that, John?
Yeah, I would have. You know, distance is good, and I kind of liked what he had on his mind. It didn't quite work out, but I feel he did the right thing. And Johnny's going to just go for a nice, simple, safe, cover up the one. Now, Skyler has got a couple options. He can bank the one in. He can put the one over by the end rail, cue ball up towards us, or he can kick 2 rails and kick the one upstream. I believe he'll just try to bank this ball in. He's an incredible banker.
Oh, I think he's going to play safe.
He's playing safe. Yeah, this
should.
isn't laying right to bank. You're right.
We're wrong.
Well, okay, he banked it right in. That was a heck of a bank. Now he's really got a tough shot.
Some matches just go that way. You make a good shot, then you have to make another great shot.
Yeah, and if he was just trying to make this 2-ball, it would be difficult. But to make this 2-ball and get positioned on the 3, well, the 3's kind of near the hole, so he's just going to punch this in and go to the right rail a little bit. Bounce off. Good shot.
Very good shot.
That was. You know, the one bit of advice I could give Skyler, not that he's asking for it, the one thing that I would tell him is you're young, you play great with this cue, is I would not change cues. I would play with this cue for the next 20 years. That shaft, your brain is dialed into the deflection of that cue. That's the one thing that I'd leave alone. And I've made the mistake of changing cues a few times, and it's kind of rough on you. You get a cue you really like, stick with it.
Yeah, but not the shaft.
No, the shaft, I mean,
you wear that out.
Yeah, you're going to wear that out. Exactly.
And whether you sand them or not,
They just wear out and they crack, yeah.
Well, they get rubbery from all the
Sure.
impacts,
I mean, but I would like to.
power.
I would go with a similar shaft. If you buy another one, I'd go with the same kind of shaft and diameter and deflection ratio and all that good stuff.
Much pool as this kid plays, he's going to need a lot of shafts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now, he needs an angle on the 6 to come down on this side of the 7, so this is much more difficult than it first looks. He has a small window to play on the 6 here.
nice two-cushion approach.
Good shot. Yeah,
close.
yeah.
Might have got a little full.
Right.
There,
Oh, he's playing it in the corner. This is gutsy, but it carries position. Just don't scratch in the corner where you're standing. Good shot. Perfect cue ball control.
and knowledgeable audience.
Yes.
A smattering of applause.
Right. Nice shot there, Skyler. 9-4.
It wasn't so much the hard shot, but it was the good decision making that he applied.
Yes, and that was courageous to shoot it that way. Most people under pressure are going to play the ball on the side, and he shot the tougher shot.
Which really opened up the rest of the rack.
Nice shot. Boy, I like his rhythm. Plays nice and quick. Gets on with it. The way pool should be played. Nice shooting there, champ.
Okay, Woodward now has 4 games. Archer 9. Tell you what's going through my head here. When I was his age, I was thinking, this time I'm really going to hit him. But nowadays I'm thinking, you know what? I am not scratching on this break. I'm not giving Archer that. Because when you ramp them up, try to hit it, then you maybe compound the problems here. We're not making balls anyway. And if I was going to hit him a little harder, I would really ensure that I'm going to be super square.
Well, when I was his age, I was just hoping I got a good tip when I delivered pizza to people. But he's a beer world-class player at 21 years old, already an established professional, making money, creating fans. I mean, he's got a nice career ahead of him.
4-ball, okay.
Well, he just cannot get a shot on the 1. Boy, nothing's went his way off the break. I think it's amazing he's won 4 games with the way the balls have rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Play a nice safe here.
Yeah, that's not even easy.
No, I mean, the only thing I think he can do is put the 1 down here on the back rail behind the 8. Cue ball kind of just, well, I don't know. Yeah, elevate and try to get up behind the 6 and create distance. This would be great if he could do that. Oh, look at this shot. Almost. Good try. The problem here is if Johnny manages to roll this 1 in, the 2's hanging, so he'll have position. And this is almost like shooting the 9-ball in for Johnny. He knows if he makes it, that the rack's runnable. Now, the 3's covered up by the 4, so I'm making it sound a little easier than it is. But this shot is not so tough when you know the next shot's hanging in the pocket. So your make percentage will go up a touch. Oh, he fired it. Wow. Oh, look at this. Well, I'll tell you what. If that 6-ball's dead over in the corner, that's quite fortunate for Johnny, and I believe it is. Well, it's
You'd have to throw
you
it.
have to throw it, which is laying perfect to throw. Wow. Boy, it's not your day when somebody lines them up like this on you. Oh, this 6 will go in. I would be shocked if it didn't go. Yeah. And then the cue ball's going to get hooked. Wow. There's no luck at 9-ball. Boy, Skyler dodged a bullet there if he can win this game. Looked like Johnny had it in hand. All right, the pool gods finally gave this kid a shot here, and he's got a chance to win another game, which would be huge at this stage. You've got to keep Johnny off the hill. Shot. If you're not familiar with the term the hill, that's when a player reaches 10 games on a race to 11. So if the score is 10-10, you might hear his commentator say the score is hill to hill or hill-hill. Once a player reaches the hill, it's kind of demoralizing. It's very tough to beat a guy if you're down 10-4, but 9-4 is a different ball game.
Yeah, it'd be 9-5.
Right.
Yeah, 9-5 would be great, given the way the balls have gone.
Nice shot. A lot of side spin to avoid the collision on the 7. Missable ball here. Great shot.
Plays that up-tempo game, too, doesn't
I
he?
love it. I think he plays fantastic. I mean, to play as good as he's playing with the way everything's went, as great as Johnny's played, the rolls and everything, he's really kept his chin up, and I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing out of him.
There we go. Look at the score. Archer 9, Woodward 5. Woodward to break. There's old Johnny Ringo right there.
Hasn't lost a single hair on his head his whole life.
A couple of them change colors.
Yeah,
however.
yeah.
Hang around with the Schmidt, he'll do it to
Oh,
you.
yeah, for sure. He's looking to rack him tight, give himself the best chance to pocket a ball.
Huh. Okay, he's happy. Okay, Skyler Woodward looking to generate a little bit of offense from his break here now. No more dry breaks. He needs a good hit on the 1 ball here.
I mean, obviously he's still a big underdog to win the match from here, but a couple break and run outs or just win games somehow would be huge. I mean, he was down 7-0 a minute ago, and now it's 9-5, so it's a momentum shift. All right, Johnny will have to push out here.
There'll be a little play in this one.
Now, the push out that I like here, Mark, oh, he didn't get 3 balls past the side pocket.
Well, I don't know. The 1 ball didn't go past the side pocket either. It has to. The point has to. The base of the ball has to go past the 2 points on the back side of the side pocket. We had this come up earlier. It's a bit unfamiliar.
Could we have a replay of that break by any chance to make sure? Because when the balls roll around, it's easy to forget where they all ended up. But
I can shoot from here. Thank you. What's my other option? I think I'd rather have him shoot.
oh, you can't push now because he fouled.
Well, no. Of course, he's got to be able to put.
Oh no, they're saying that because he fouled, that either Johnny can shoot or Skyler can shoot, but there's no push.
Oh,
So that's
interesting.
yeah.
This your shot.
Johnny on top of it.
I'll be honest with you. If I was Skyler, I would have to consider banking the 4 ball across right on top of the 2. I mean, it's a long shot, but I just that's not great, really, because with ball in hand on the 1, Johnny could easily break those up. But I just think kicking at this is Well, unless you've got a lane to hit it with natural ball. If you don't have to manipulate the cue ball with spin, this isn't too bad of a kick. Okay. Oh, look at here. Look at here. Okay, that's the shot then, obviously. Great shot, Skyler. But not out of the woods yet. Straight in.
Okay.
We're going to get a chance to look at this break again. Now, let's see if 3 balls pass the side. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. And then the 1 ball didn't get there, so good call by Johnny. Well, he missed the 2, but it was a difficult shot. He was very straight in, trying to create angle that wasn't really there, was quite limited in his options, and Johnny Archer has a shot here. Interesting.
Long and straight.
Now, do you just stop here, Mark, and then play the billiard? I think you would just stop, try to make this ball, stop your cue ball, play the 4-8 billiard.
Yeah, you're going to end up playing that anyway.
Yeah.
No sense taking any more additional difficulty.
Right.
You get a little bit closer to a tough shot anyway. And this play's pretty big. You're supposed to make this.
Yeah, you want the cue ball to kind of go rail first on the 8 and come out off the back rail. A lot has to happen right for you to run out here, but you still would like to start every game from right here shooting this billiard.
I think Johnny's going to go pretty firm and have the 4-ball go up and down the table.
Exactly. Good call, Mark. That's exactly what he's supposed to do.
Also think he should play this. Oh, he's going low. I thought he should play it with a high left.
Yeah, he wanted that ball to go in. Look at this. It's going to come down and get straight in. Boy, I am telling you, you talk about a match where everything has went one player's favor. Because that 4 could really stopped anywhere.
Johnny, he's lighthearted. Based on the replay, we were
looky
informed.
here.
What did he do? He had play himself out of position. We were informed that was actually a legal break because the 1 ball, 2 balls went past the side pocket. The 1 ball hit the far point on the side pocket. So, a bit of confusion here.
We're all kind of learning as we go with these new rules, but to the naked eye, you just can't quite remember where all the balls hit. So they kind of made a quick. Oh, what a shot! Look at this, and it's going to come back up perfect. What a shot!
Very nice. You know, the other part of it, I was watching the cue ball, so I wasn't really watching to see because I just presumed that there's going to be. But, you know, complex rules, that's just not your friend when you're dealing with something like that.
Exactly.
You got to have a referee there if you're going to play all this.
Right.
Sort of nonsensical.
Yeah, you got enough to think about. Boy, Johnny made an incredible shot left-handed there. And this is what Skyler dreaded. Johnny reaching the hill, 10-5 if he makes this 9. Johnny Archer, 10-5. You know, Johnny Archer's probably been ahead 10-5, going to 11. 500 times in his career. Probably hasn't lost, what, 4 or 5 times from there?
It'd be rare,
or something. I mean, if Skyler would really pull off a miracle if he could win this match.
Yeah, the one thing with Johnny, he doesn't beat himself very often, you know, and he can make something happen from nothing. So
he's
it's
just
wicked
a great
brutal
player.
to try to beat him from here.
Yeah. And he plays like a robot, tough mentally, great physically, tons of experience, knowledge, strategy, heart under pressure. He is no joke.
He went through a period of a couple of years there where when he got down, he would get real aggravated and disappointed and disgusted, and then he would follow it up without playing his best pool after that. But in recent times, the last 2 years,
Yeah, I've noticed a change in him,
yeah, he seems like he's better when he's behind. His attitude's better than it was. That's what happens when you have that great big expectation. That's Johnny Archer, you know, who wins every tournament. Didn't scratch. And, you know, it's kind of like Skyler is a young upstart. And so when he wins a match like this, it's thrilling and fun. But it's quite another thing when you start to become favored to win. And Shane went through that recently, Yeah, winning them when you're the underdog, that's one thing, and it's great, and you're doing terrific. But now, once you start to get established where guys know, hey, this is a tough match, I got to respect this kid. I can't hope for him to play bad because it's not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah, it's another thing, how do they say it? It's one thing to get there, it's another thing to stay there.
Right. Johnny Archer stayed there as good as anybody. Good shot. Well, no, don't scratch. Okay. I mean, give the guy a break one time. And he hooked Johnny.
I don't like that side pocket.
Well, Johnny's making jokes.
Yeah, Johnny doesn't make as many jokes when he's down 10-5. He's a little bit of a Rodney Dangerfield up 10-5. So yeah, he gets pretty serious if you're up 10-5 on him. He's a good guy though. He's hard to figure. He jokes around a lot, but boy, he can get serious when the time comes. And I've seen him win some tournaments where he's played so good under so much pressure.
Yeah, he was.
You know what, Mark? He's got a chance to kick this one in, doesn't he? Go 2 rails and make it off the side of the 5. This one will come close to the pocket over there. Look at this.
Nice
Didn't even
shot.
hit the 5 and almost made it.
Can we have a little round of applause for that
Yeah,
great
really.
effort? I mean,
Really.
What the heck?
Yeah, what do you have to do to get a clap?
Well, you know what it is that some of the fans don't know that he was
Right.
playing it that way. They think he was trying to hit it.
Right.
They don't know where Johnny lives.
Mm-hmm. And then he tied up the 4-9. I mean, this is a super tough shot to start with. The 2's covered up by the 7 in the side, limits his options. I mean, this is kind of a nightmare to come to the table with this, but he'll do his best with it. I mean, that's about all you can do from there. It's just hard to produce much. Now, Johnny's got a difficult shot here. Elevated over the 4-9. He has to punch the 1 in, and if he manages to pull that off, draw over and try to play the 2 in the other side. I mean, there's a lot to execute well here. Pool sounds easy, doesn't it, Mark? I make it just sound like a bowl of cherries, don't I? See, his cue's elevated. He's shooting from the hip a little bit here. Very difficult shot. And that's why the misses come a little more often when you're elevated like that.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
No, he didn't like it.
He got a little quick there on that transition from backswing to
Yes.
foreswing, which complicated accuracy because he missed it by a pretty good bit.
Now this nine might get moved a little here. I was going to say this 9 might go cross-side. I should have said it because that's exactly where it was going. It was just lined to go cross-side,
Yeah.
and nothing went Skyler's way there. Good shooting, Johnny Archer. What a match.
And Skyler, a very good gentleman.
Yeah.
Take his lumps. If you're going to play in this arena, you got to be used to that. It's going to happen. Make the most of it.
Johnny Archer doing his Earl Strickland impression. Well, that was fun, Mark.
Yeah, there's not much to say. It was a great performance by Johnny Archer, and he got a couple good rolls to go with it. Skyler couldn't get much from the break. So,
Right.
okay, that's our time for this time. Until next time, so long.